is loud and it is wet as we welcome you inside Lumen Field on your standard rain-filled afternoon in Seattle, Washington.
Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Dallas Cowboys and the Seattle Seahawks. Set for football now on a rainy Sunday afternoon. And off we go from Seattle.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Here we go. Black one.
They'll try and start this drive in the air.
Catch is made by Metcalf. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. They'll look to throw here. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
First carry here for Ken Walker.
And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And they've got it just 2 yards away from the end zone. They'll have it 1st and goal here from the 2-yard line.
Well, that's the down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long. And you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him. Sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did. Yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Let's go now.
They'll set up to throw. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. It's their quarterback. His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Cowboys use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Ready?
Oh, they'll get this to Metcalf on the jet sweep. 7 yards there and a 1st down. The Seahawks at 5-10 now on the year. They were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
And he'll get this up to about the 40. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
2nd and 4. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. They'll look to throw. The catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
That one taken in by Dwayne Eskridge. Down inside the 10.
And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. It moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
They go play action here on 1st down. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line.
Not the 1st and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down the ground.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal.
Patterson going to take this down just short of the goal line. He got 3, but could not get the ball over the chalk.
They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal. So now things get interesting on 3rd and goal from the 1.
This almost becomes a Darwinian call, doesn't it? Almost survival of the fittest here. I know.
And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown.
Ken Walker, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point up and good by Garibay.
And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
This taken in at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
Anytime you can hold a team to less than 10 points, your expectation of winning that game has to be sky high. In fact, you'd be absolutely stunned to come away with a loss in that one. Could you imagine going to the press conference and trying to explain that?
On second down, here's a keeper by the QB.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. A solid gain of 7 yards that time on the keeper and a first down.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
Able to hit his target, Lamb. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
But I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd. These two teams all tied after one. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. Call it a 6-yard gain. Still plenty of work to do coming up. 3rd and 14.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of a tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. He'll look to throw. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 16. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the 2nd quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
An inside give to Jones. He will push his way down to about the 14. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, it's Jones. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Ready?
And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down.
Extra bulk up front for 2nd and inches. 3 tight ends.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Cowboys have taken the lead.
Point after by Lambo, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
So remember, Charles, last time they were out here, they scored, but they just saw the opposition score, and they're trailing right now, so they're trying to keep pace here. They need a touchdown drive.
Well, if you're a fan of offense, you're loving this, but if you're a fan of defense, this is tough to watch, and it's also tough to keep that up when you just watch your opponent march down the field on a scoring drive that lasts into double-digit snaps. You need a score here, not just to follow the momentum from your last drive, but put the onus back on your opponent. And that's what they're doing right now, swapping that onus back and forth.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line, he provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
Ready?
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Ready.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
They're able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
On play action, they'll throw. And that is incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Let's go. Ready.
Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. Going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or 2. The fullback dive held up short. The Cowboys defense is going to get him the football back.
Pete Carroll none too pleased with that last call. He's going to throw out the challenge flag. So not successful there on the challenge, and he'll have to be careful from here on out because he'll only have 1 challenge remaining.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. He's going to find Gallup here complete. The gain of 8 there on the play. And it'll leave him with 3rd and a full yard to go. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
Well, they only had a yard to go. They try to pass the football. Defense blitz. Defense got there.
Yeah, I think on this one, this is probably good scouting, understanding a few tendencies, and figuring out that, hey, they may take a shot, and they dialed up the pressure and got to him.
It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10.
Okay, right.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle.
Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find them at the wide receiver position, and that was special there.
And oh, he clanks it off the right upright, and it's no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. He'll drop to throw. That'll be caught. It's the tight end, Howard. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Back to throw here. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Trying to lay one up deep.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked up by Jesse Bates.
And the Seahawks are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. So the interception there. And, Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers at that situation, they really become magnified.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
On 2nd down, it's Walker.
And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away.
We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On is Josh Lambo for the field goal try. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. And Lambo will put this one through, and that'll move their lead up to 4 now.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Ready, set.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
On second down, Elliott once more. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
8 yards on the pickup brings up 2nd and 2 at the 45-yard line.
2nd and 2. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He'll get this out wide here to Elliott. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and just a yard.
Give him the completion, no gain, but let's focus in on that tackle. Open field tackling, the hardest thing to do in the game, I believe.
And when you get outside the tackle box, it becomes a numbers game. The defense had more than they could block. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown. CeeDee Lamb, 54 yards, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Well, with that touchdown pass, I'm going to bring up a point from earlier in the year. Some of the fans were saying, when do we turn to the rookie? Well, he's looking pretty good right now.
Yeah, I love the fact that the fans are bringing that up because I'm not the head coach, okay? So he's got to deal with it. But I think it's a legitimate question. With the way their season is going, I think now is the time to turn the page and let him get some starts before this season is over.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
Okay, ready?
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. The opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
Back to Walker on 1st down. And the defense closes quickly there. They'll get maybe a yard to the 33.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And Walker once more. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll look to throw here. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Fifth catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
They get it to Eskridge here on the jet sweep. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 48 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last two snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
Straight ahead, Walker. And he stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Well, how about the big guy there showing some agility? He just flowed from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They'll try for the first with Walker. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. And, Charles, you look at this offense, their struggles moving the ball well documented. Dead last in the NFL in first downs, but signs of life there.
Yeah, and you and I do, I think, a really good job of respecting the game and respecting the teams. But this squad, they're in a position now where their fan base gets excited when they pick up a first down. They cheer almost like they picked up a touchdown.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. They'll set up a throw. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity, because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
Escaping the pressure right. And that is, I think he caught it. He did, but they'll say out of bounds. It'll be incomplete.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
Now they empty the backfield and motion the running back right. Now they'll put a receiver in motion left.
97.
Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. On for the field goal try, Jonathan Garibay.
This a 27-yard attempt here.
Garabay's kick is good,
and that'll make this an 8-point game.
So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the third quarter, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send the message that says, hey, we're not going away.
A lane opens here. He's past the 30. And now the rookie's free. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Cowboys. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge it, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now a play fake here on first down.
Throw out wide to Walker.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They're going to look to throw.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football.
A feather in the cap for the defender, picking off one of the league's better quarterbacks so far this season, and add another feather in the cap for the coaches, too. Excellent game plan, and they had their guys aware of his ability to roll out and how to defend against it.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll drop to throw. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Going for it all. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On is Josh Lambo for the field goal try. This to make it a 3-score game late. The kick by Lambo is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory. but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
He'll find Eskridge here complete.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Well, speed is definitely a calling card if you play cornerback in this league, and he does a terrific job there of hustling in quickly to make the play.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack.
Micah Parsons
in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. They find Randall Cobb on the completion.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
Now back to throw. That's Cordero Patterson hauling it in.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Now a throw for the left sideline, and he's got it. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll look to throw again. Eluding the pressure right. And this one's incomplete. Well, I kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about him getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this game, so every other player in the field has to say to himself, I can't give up either.
And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 17-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown.
D. Eskridge.
His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Seahawks have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point up and good by Garibay.
And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. The Seahawks got it. They did. It's Seattle football. Well, that certainly makes things more interesting. You get the score, then you get the onside kick. A little uphill battle still, but a start.
It's not mission accomplished, but the plan is working. They are in a great spot right now, and the best part, they put the defense right back out on the field after having already scored.
Yeah, they've got the momentum here now.
And that's going to be caught. Dwayne Eskridge.
Touchdown, Seahawks.
Dwayne Eskridge
with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season.
And the Seahawks have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. They'll try and throw for it. And this is caught. They got it. And that could be an important 2 points and gets it back within a field goal.
Garibay back out there now to send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Their lead back down to one score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation. And taking care of the football, paramount. He got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. Here's a 2nd and 7. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
It's getting cold in here, partner, because it looks like he's trying to ice this one away. Yeah, I know, bad dad joke, but what the heck, right? Scrambling for that first after the D blanketed his receivers, that's a backbreaker for the defense. They finish this drive off with 6, and this one could be over.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A 14-yard pickup. That's 14 yards on 2 straight plays.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone that has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
That'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the 4th. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Flush to his right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has. Percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Inside give to Elliott. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in down. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10.
Able to force him out of the pocket right, but still able to complete it. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Shot, 17. Ready?
2nd and 2. Open man, here is Cobb. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 37. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Okay, right?
They'll look to throw now on first down. Catch is made by Metcalf. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Last play they went over 20 yards. This time they topped 30.
And this is obviously a spot where you lean on your stars. Get the ball to them in open space and let them do what they do.
They'll run with Patterson.
And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
On the double.
Now receiver in motion left. He's back to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the offense will get this one back. Boy, that could have been catastrophic at this late stage of the game, but they avoid disaster.
Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had the play call on 4th and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone. And it would appear the Cowboys are going to win this football game. They'll try and run some clock now with Elliott. And some room to roam now. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. The 20, 10. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it, because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius, as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time they were stopped on 4th down, had a drive stalled out. We'll see how they respond this go-around. He's got a man, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Back to throw.
knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, they've been aggressive, airing it out all game long, and no better evidence than those last 2 snaps. They weren't going to beat this coverage, though, 2 plays in a row, and that one falls incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Back to throw here. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone.
And, that would get a wind up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. 3rd down coming up.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. That's complete to Dissly, the tight end. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
Well, this was a fun one today if you like points. A lot of them went on the board. Both offenses were clicking. Charles, these defenses, meanwhile, have a little something to clean up before their next contest.
Yeah, neither end zone had a stop sign in it, did they? I mean, for both sides, visit it, and with frequency. Not fun to be a defensive player, but on the offensive side of the ball, those guys had a blast. One team came away with a victory, even better for them.
So for the Cowboys,
they improved to 11-5 now with 1 week remaining